Hey guys, it's Lori. Listen, this is going to be a little different of a video than what I'm used to putting out. I just wanted to kind of chat for a little bit. What do you do when you feel like you don't belong anywhere? What do you feel like you walk alone? What do you do when you feel like you walk alone in this world? If you walk alone in every aspect. Do you know the suicide rate for men in this country right now is 20.7. For women, it's 5.8, which, according to statistics, I think it's higher than that. The suicide rate in New Hampshire is 18.9. I think it's higher than that. How many of us know somebody who has committed suicide, who has um, had some bout with self-inflicted harm, even if they didn't take their own life, or um, have talked about it? Don't you think the rates are probably higher than what statistics show? And then what about people that never talk about it? But I hear this a lot. I'm not suicidal, but I wish I wasn't here. I hear that a lot. And with the shift that's been going on, the energetic shift, which I know a lot of us have felt, with the ringing in the ears, the overall fatigue, headaches, feeling of depression, that's going on. And of course, we have CERN trying to create the Big Bang or something, trying to figure out how to be God. We've got pedophilia at its highest. We've got divorce rates skyrocketing. I mean, adultery is, nobody blinks an eye at it anymore. Family values have gone to hell. Um, Morality is whatever you want it to be. People just don't care about people anymore. What do you do though? And that's just the norm. The average person feels all of this. Some people are caught up in it's okay, whatever you want to do, and they think they're happy. There's a high suicide rate among people like that. Then there's those that claim to be believers, but would never help another person if their life depended on it. I think, what if God Himself came down? Remember that song, What If God Was One of Us? What if God was one of us? Remember that song? If you're young, you probably don't. I don't know how old it is. It's not that old of a song, but probably came out when my kids were young. I am one of those people. I'm not going to share my whole testimony. I've thought about it, and it's going to take a book for me to write to share the entire testimony because it's just too long. It's definitely too long for a YouTube video, but just very quickly, and I know those of you that know me have heard this before. If you've watched my videos, you've heard part of it before. But I was born um, into an abusive household. There was a lot of sexual abuse and different things going on. Each of my siblings dealt with something different, different kind of abuse. I got different things, and I'm not going to go into them, but some horrific things, even as an infant, sexually, and then there was stuff within the household, and then my mother was mentally ill, so there's a lot of yelling and screaming and sexual immorality for sure on her part. My dad worked like 3 jobs, I think, just to kind of get away from it all. My sister took the physical abuse. I'm not sure exactly what happened with my brother. I know that he was left to care for us when I was just an infant. And then for me, it was different. I don't know, I'm not going to get into it. But then we had, so it was abusive there. Plus, I had what I used to call the voices, and I used to hold my head because of the voices. And what I found out later was spiritual activity, probably a lot of it demonic, because when you're open to the spirit realm, you're open to all of it. I was raised in a Catholic household, and we went to Catholic school, um, and we went to Catholic church on Sunday, but we certainly didn't live a godly lifestyle. And I always prayed to God. I remember praying to God as a very young child. I asked Him to take me out of this world. I used to lay in bed and ask Him to take me out of the world. And what I used to always hear was, it'll all be over soon. And what I took from that was that I was going to die. Um, but obviously, that's not what it meant. It meant that part of my life was going to be over soon. And then, of course, there were what I called the voices, and those would come and they would actually make me feel completely different. I couldn't even be like, I couldn't interact with people around me when that would happen. So I would go off, and I learned people wouldn't ask questions if you said you didn't feel good. So I would just say that I was sick. And I remember the first real memory of that was when I was 3. My brother and sister were opening presents Christmas morning, and I said I was sick, and I laid in my parents' bed um, and let them open presents. That's how bad it was. I remember my dad came in and just to check on me, and I told him the truth, that I was hearing voices, and he just said, don't ever tell anybody about this. And then as I got older, of course, I realized what it was. I realized that there was like an opening, a connection to the spirit realm. Like I said, I went to Catholic school. I got expelled from there. They kicked me out because of the supernatural stuff. Said I don't know, something was wrong with me, and I couldn't go to school there. My father fixed that, but still, that kind of stuck with me, that I couldn't go there because there was something wrong with me. And then as I got older, I pushed that away, but it was always still there. I just pretended it wasn't. Got heavy into drugs because of it, trying to make it stop. Fast forward into getting married, trying to be normal. I don't know. Didn't really fit into that lifestyle either, because I had this stuff going on, even though I was trying to just block it all out. And then I decided to open it up and be who I was, whatever, it didn't matter, and I got heavy into the New Age movement. But I never felt right there either, because some of the things they would say just didn't seem to make sense to me. And thank God I got pulled out of that. I'm not into that anymore. That was years, though. And then when I got divorced, my husband had a way of making me feel unworthy. So there's the unworthiness again. And took my kids from me for a while. It was like 4 years of a battle. But he would convince people, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't belong there either, that I wasn't worthy enough, It was always that. That was always the core soul wound was unworthiness. You're not good enough. Always the same message. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not worthy. Well, I battled that battle. It took 4 years for finally the courts and everyone to come around and actually say, I'm sorry. But, the damage was done to my children. So now my children have those kind of scars too. Not to mention that they are also gifted. Regular jobs don't work for me because of the gifts that I have, that I pick up everything around me. And this isn't something I asked for. It's something I was born with, and I can't change it. I've tried. I have begged God to take it away if it's not something He wants me to do. I've struggled and struggled and struggled with that. And what it always comes back to is me doing it. And then I have people claim, and I'm not patting myself on the back, believe me, that I've helped them very much. I'm not Miss Chloe or whatever. I am not Miss Cleo. I am not the Long Island medium. That's not me. I don't associate with any of that. I came to know Jesus Christ. I was, like I said, I was born Catholic, but I always pictured God like couldn't be good enough for Him either, Then I came to know Jesus Christ and I was saved, and praise God for that. But the gifts didn't go away. So now I'm a life coach, and yeah, I use my intuition to help people, and I still hear the voices. I hear, from the spirit realm. I see in the spirit realm.
I hear on like Christian radio, there's some people that call themselves seers. I prefer to call myself a seer because I am devoted. I am in love with Jesus Christ. I'm devoted to him. And then, of course, there's the poverty. I had a person who is a good friend tell me that she wouldn't pay $1 a month to watch my videos. I put heart and soul into these videos and into my life groups and all the things that I do. When I teach a Bible study, I don't just talk about a verse. I study what was going on in that time. I study what the verse means, what other preachers have said about the verse. When I teach something in the spirit realm, I study that. When I do these videos, not this one because this is just me talking, but I study, I research, and a lot of the stuff that I do comes from me. So it's the wisdom of what I've, the years that I've lived, the stuff that I've learned through education and life experience. And it takes me hours to put something together. Sometimes a 20-minute video is taking me all night to put together. So I work hard for the things that I do. When I have a life coach client and we're working in a contract, and I may tell you that you're getting 6-hour sessions and then plus PDFs, or when I do the counseling with people, you may get maybe 6-hour-long sessions, but the PDFs, so they take me hours to do. I mean, I put blood, sweat, and tears into this, and it's not worth $1 a month. Sorry about my doggies. $1. $1 is too much to spend. And she knows what I put into these videos because she knows, she's seen me work. I don't think she meant it like you're not worth $1, but that's what she said. And then, I do these raffles and I hear daily, how much, you've changed my life, blah, blah, blah. And like when my mother crossed over, for instance, and I needed help. And I did I don't know what I did. I raffle or something. I had people tell me to just let her go, just let the state take care of it or whatever. I'm sorry I had to move because my son turned on the TV and I didn't want you to hear the TV. And I'm not complaining. I guess it just goes back to you're not worth it. You're not worthy. My credit went to crap when I got divorced. My ex-husband owns a home and everything, and when he fell in hard times, he has family that helped. They paid his mortgage and stuff until he got back on his feet. I don't have that. So I fell and fell and fell and went into homelessness. Didn't have anybody to help me up. I got back up. Every time I try to walk away from what I do, I can't because I get pulled back into it. And like I said, I do hear people say all the time how they weren't believing in God and now they do. They didn't realize about Jesus Christ and now they do. So, and it was through, they said, through the sessions we did. And hallelujah. So I know I'm doing the right thing. But then what just happened yesterday? So now, and this is all fast forward, it's just soul wounds coming up. I have friends that they want to meet with me, but it's really, they don't want to meet with me. They want to know, sorry about my kitty, they want to know, what's going to happen in their life or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I have really good people in my life too. Thank God. And I'm very, very, very grateful. Right now, because my car needed to be repaired, somebody let me use their car, and it's a really nice car. And even if it wasn't a really nice car, it's still the gesture, and it's awesome, and I appreciate that. And I have good friends in my life that love me. Not a lot, but the ones that do, they love me and I love them. I just work with a lot of people. I have like 5,000 clients that I talk to regularly. I don't talk to 5,000 people every day, obviously, but regularly, within 6-month spans. Some people I talk to, I probably have like 40 that I talk to weekly anyway, regularly, So I have a lot of people in my life, but I'm still very much alone. And, yesterday, and like I said, I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I'm devoted to Christ. I struggle with different things. I've changed a lot since I've come to know Christ. There's some things that I wouldn't have thought twice about in the past, and now I would never even do. Certain things I can't watch, I won't participate in, blah, blah, blah. So I've changed. I mean, he's definitely working on me, sanctifying me, blah, blah, blah. And I know I'm not perfect. I'm absolutely a sinner. I don't even think I come close to perfect, So please don't take this wrong. Just kind of venting. Unworthy. You're just unworthy. So I'm unworthy for this world, the worldly system, which I couldn't care less about anyway, other than the fact that you gotta eat, you gotta have money to eat and have a roof over your head. Take care of the people that you love. That's the only thing I care about this world about, if things didn't cost money, I honestly wouldn't care at all. I don't need the best of the best, and anybody that knows me knows that. But if I can't even raise, $1,000, and these people claim that, you've changed my life, but don't really care if I'm sleeping in a garage or if I'm eating or whatever. They won't send a tip or, geez, I really need to talk to you, but I don't have any money. Although I just went on a cruise and I did this and that, but I don't have any money to pay you, so I really need to talk to you, but I can only give you this much. Who does that? Does any other profession get that? People in my profession don't get that. Some of my clients will go spend $200 a ticket for somebody who's a total phony and fake and has no Christ basis or no God basis. But they won't even give me a $5 tip. And plus they'll try to talk me down on my price. Again, I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining, I guess, And you wonder why people don't stay here. And I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. Gosh, I don't need the cops knocking at my door saying I'm suicidal, because I'm not. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just trying to explain that some people, like me, where do you go when you don't belong in this worldly system? And, I thought I found a church home, and they just kicked me out too. Felt just like when I was in 6th grade. You're not worthy to be here. Because they saw a question somebody asked me on Facebook, and I answered it. And you know what? It's who I am. It's a gift from God. Like I said, I don't compare myself to other people that do what I do, because I know that I'm God-based. I know that I've struggled with this for a long, long time. And he's the one that's keeping me here. He's the one that said, continue to do it. And I don't do it in a fake way, and I don't shyster people, and I don't try to, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting a little too emotional. But what do you do when you don't belong in this world, in the worldly system? I know that if Jesus Christ were here himself, he wouldn't kick somebody out. Even if they were still living in sin, even if it wasn't a situation like mine where it's just a gift that you use to help people. I mean, I bust my butt every day trying to help people, not just with this gift, but I, like you all know, I work with people that are homeless, poverty-stricken, domestic violence situations, rape, missing people, missing persons, and unsolved crime. I don't charge for any of that stuff. I go to court with people all the time. I don't charge for that. I could be making $145 an hour somewhere else, but I don't charge them. But then it's interesting, I can't even get expenses paid or a tip, and then I hear them go off and, oh, I'm going on a cruise, or I'm going, just bought this brand new car, or I'm buying a house. It doesn't matter that you don't have anything, because you're not worth it. So what do people do? I don't know. I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep on praying and keep on going, going. Video cut me off. I guess maybe I wasn't supposed to do this, but I'm going to finish it anyway. What's a person to do? I don't know. I'm just going to keep hanging on, keep in the faith, keep doing what I do, keep helping people. I trust God.
I can't explain in words how much I trust God. Doesn't mean my feelings don't get hurt. Doesn't mean I don't feel. I mean, I don't belong to the worldly system. I know that. I know I do belong to God. I guess I just haven't found the right group in this world, if there is one, to fit into. And I keep trying to create my own, but again, it costs money, and that's something I lack right now. But if you're feeling this way, if you ever feel this way, or if you feel worse or whatever, reach out, okay? Because I can tell you that I know that God cares. And I know there's at least one person that cares, because I care. Whether I know you or not, I care. I really do. So reach out. Message me here. You can message me on Facebook.com/Walking in Faith Today, or Facebook.com/Light Insight. No, Facebook.com/Grace by Him 1. Or I'm at Google Plus at Light Insights, or ANSWERS or YOU16 at gmail.com. And I will get back to you. I don't know what I can do, but I will do whatever I can, okay? We're not meant to walk in this world alone. And just for today, just think about it. Before you say or do anything, think, because you could be hurting someone. And before you go and judge somebody, you don't know where they've been. You don't know what's going on. Our goal is to help people to come to know God. And you don't do that by judging them and putting them down. All right. And you know what? The same goes for somebody else. If they seem to have it all together and they've got all kinds of money in the bank, they're driving a nice shiny car, got a beautiful house, they seem to be nice on the outside, but you find that they don't help another living human being. Don't be so sure to think that they're on top either. All right, guys. You have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Sorry if this one, like I said, it wasn't a teaching video. It wasn't anything. It was just me talking. All right, guys. You have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.